Hello everybody, I hope you can hear me. I can see you. It's lovely to have Sherry, oh, this disappeared. It was telling me who was here. Oh, well, that'll pop up in a minute. Hello everybody, could somebody just confirm that you can hear me and that I'm the right way up? I thought I had this all set up and then it said something about, do I want to stream in landscape mode? I didn't think that was possible, but we may try that at the end. But if you could just say hi. Perfect. That's good to hear, Sherry. Nice to have you here on this miserable day. Oh, loud and clear, Peg. That's great. Anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming here and visiting me on this grand finale. Now, I've got a few things to show you today and to tell you as well. But first of all, I'd just like to say thank you very much for all the support, the lovely emails, and those wonderful competition entries. I particularly enjoyed all the Jane Austen ones. They were great to do, to read, and I shall treasure those for a long time. We'll be voting on those in a little while. It'll take me a little while to get everything sorted out, and I don't like to put up more than one poll at a time. So let's concentrate on the competition entries for the 2019. And when that poll is closed in a week or so, I can't remember the date, I'll put another one up for the Jane Austen entries, but they were great. Thank you very much. Now the numbers are, I'm just getting used to this, really familiarizing myself with the setup. There's about 8 people watching, but it's not telling me who they are. It did at the beginning. No, I mustn't mute the stream. What happens when I check on there? No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing my orchids today. Those of you who are familiar with Secrets of Embroidery will have read that or would have read my, hello Linda, would have read my blog that I did on Secrets last week, and it was all about making repairs with embroidery designs. Now, I've got a few of these lovely green tops, and I love the colour. It's very me, isn't it? And it started to fray under here, so I thought I need to put something over it to disguise it. So I've been working on these orchids. Now, I did all 5 of these separately, and there's 2 sizes here. But when I sewed them in place, I sewed each one on individually, and then they moved around, and that didn't quite work. So I think perhaps it's better to actually put them all onto tulle and mount them and get them all in the right position, and then put that onto your garment. Now, when I'd be washing this, I wouldn't really want these to go in the washing machine, so I've only sewn them on with quite big stitches that can be undone very easily. Although I do keep this top, I will keep this top for my only for work, you know, when I'm on screen with all you lovely people. But I would think it'd be better to attach them to each other with little stitches and mount them on sheer fabric or something, and ideally create a few little necklines and attach them with Velcro. I don't know, I've got to think about it. If anybody's done anything like that, you can let me know. I'm sorry I'm not getting any comments, but never mind, you're hearing me, and that's the important thing. So these are my orchids for Ruth. I stitched them out in the hoop on just tulle. It's very easy to embroider on tulle. I've done it a lot. And you put, the important thing is to have really good quality. Hello, Elzeby. Lovely to have you here. It's very important to have good quality wash away stabilizers, so that when you've done your embroidery, you trim away most of the tulle and the stabilizer. And I left these soaking in. First of all, rinsed it all out. I rinsed the majority of the wash away stabilizer under the tap, so they don't actually sit. Thank you very much, Linda. And hello, Rob in the Netherlands. Great to see you. So I left them soaking overnight, and then when they were dry, I positioned them. And I also played around with whether I could do these middles as appliques to put on top, but these tiny little bits of the orchids are quite they're quite thin and narrow, so it didn't quite work out. But no doubt you lovely people will be able to think of a way of using these. And I love sets that you can do, collections of embroidery designs that can be used for other things rather than just flat straight embroidery. And anyway, I digress. There's 12 people online now, and that's lovely. Welcome to you all, and thank you very much. I really appreciated your support, your orders, and your lovely emails during the birthday event. And I think it has been the best. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I shall miss you all next week. It'll be very quiet. No, it won't be very quiet. I'm seeing the grandchildren. But no, it's been lovely. Now, I haven't managed to do everything I want to do, but there'll be more new designs coming at the end of October, early November, including the Christmas romantic crazy quilted tree I've been working on. But I'd like to announce today, if anybody's been on the website this morning and logged into their account and gone on their members page, or been on the home page and clicked latest designs, if you're entitled to anniversary designs for 2017, members who all those members who were part of Graceful Embroidery before September 2016, bronze, silver, gold and platinum members, your Renaissance fuchsias are out there on the website waiting for you. I thought it would be nice to release them today. I'm doing more with this collection. They'll soon be up for sale, and I will be doing other sets in the collection, and there's something special going to be added to those fuchsias. I grow lots of fuchsias. I've probably got over 100, and they're thriving on a day like today when it's pouring with rain. I'm just hoping that the frosts don't come for at least another month or two, so that they can they love the cooler weather, because it's been quite hot. Well, hot for England anyway. Anyway, I digress. My fuchsias are often pictured with something else, and I would love that little something was here in England, but it's not. So I'm done an embroidery version, but more of that, I'll leave you guessing on that. So that's the Renaissance fuchsias. They're all there for you, and after I've had a little rest, I'll let you know how you can top up your sets, because there are 20 designs for platinum members, 15 designs for gold members, 10 for silver and 5 for bronze. But in a few weeks' time, I'm going to up everybody's levels again, and we'll have the strawberry and cream designs, and more gold members will become platinum, and that's how it goes. So I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get this all sorted out, and it's a bit backdated, but there'll be more designs very soon. So that's the Renaissance fuchsias. Excuse me, enjoy them, as I've enjoyed digitising them. It's taken me a long time to actually get round to doing them. Well, no, that's not true. As they are my favourite flower, I wasn't prepared to digitise them until I felt I had enough skills to capture them in embroidery. Great to have you all here. Do leave comments. I know there's 13 people watching. I don't know all your names, but when you actually say something, it does flash up on the screen. So it'd be lovely for you just to say, "Hi Hazel, I'm here." And if you've got any questions, then do ask questions. And usually the question time at the end of this doesn't last for very long. So go into the group forum and go into the chat room, and I'll be there for an hour or so, between a few other things going on in the home. But I'll try to answer your questions and be there for you all. The competition logo. The competition has closed. The stitch out, which included the writing, Graceful Embroidery 12th birthday event, had, let me check my thing, 98,609 stitches. And I must admit, I made the guess myself, and if it's any comfort to you all, I was 30,000 out myself. The winner is Liana, and I'm sorry, Liana, if I haven't said your name correctly. Liana made a guess of 94,500 stitches, so she wasn't that far out. And I'll be emailing her, and just in case she's not part of this event and doesn't know, and she'll be getting her rewards. When I've had a little rest and I'm back again and Graceful Embroidery is up and running, I will go through all the people that guessed the collections that were used in the logo, and I've prepared the designs that you're going to get. I've just got to test them all out and convert them and zip them all up. So that will be happening in just over a week. But thank you for entering that competition. And while we're on the subject of competitions, do please go into the Graceful Embroidery Group forum and click the news feed page and scroll down and you'll see the poll. I've had a few votes, and I'm sorry really that I can't hide the results because I don't think it's altogether fair, but never mind. Please make a vote there, and because these people, the 10 entries this year, created wonderful projects, and they deserve lots of votes. So please go in there and vote for them. And if you feel thank you very much, Peg. I will find it challenging. I'm not seeing all 7 grandchildren at the same time, but I will be seeing them over a few days, so it'll be restful in a way. I mean, not on my computer. I'm not taking my computer with me. I should only have my iPad, so it'll be a nice little rest for me. So well done, Liana, for making the nearest guess, and thank you everybody for entering in that competition. It's important that lots of people enter the competitions to make them viable. If I don't get many entries, then I won't create so many competitions. Hello Brenda, lovely to speak to you. I'm glad you enjoyed the birthday event. I thoroughly enjoyed it too. I really did. I won't start planning the 13th birthday event because I've got 12 months, but I will make a few little notes and think of some ideas of what to do next year. And it's been lovely. We had a few hiccups in the first place, but most of the time it went extremely well, which was great. It was worth the hiccups. The sale, where everything is 75%. Oh, lucky 13. Yes, well, Sunday is my actual birthday, so I was born on the 13th, so I don't believe in 13 being bad luck at all. Where was I? Voting for the competition, and the sale goes on till Sunday. Now do remember that all the collections are on your members page. That's only for members of the group forum that can get them at a really an even more reduced price than the collections normally are. But everything is there until Sunday night. Monday morning when I get up, all the prices will be put back to their original number, so you have till Sunday evening to take advantage of the sale. Thank you for all your orders. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed them. The freebies will be there for at least another week or so, and if you do want me to send them to you in your preferred format, then in a zip file, just send me a little line and I'll drop them to you in a week or so. Which brings me to something else which is being released today, as well as the Renaissance fuchsias, which are all in your on your pages if you are bronze, silver, gold or platinum members. As well as that, I've got some more freebies for you today. I had the Jacobean sampler designs were created with clip art from Digibag. I used to use their clip art an awful lot. I don't use it so much now. I found over the years that my artistic or my drawing with a mouse skills have improved. But I had one design that I hadn't created because there were 6, and I sat down for an hour or not an hour, more than an hour. Earlier this week, I sat down and I created this. I'll hold this up. This is the 6th set of designs, and I stitched this out yesterday. Now, in creating each week of designs in the Jacobean sampler, they were created. The orchids aren't free. The orchids are part of the Orchids for Ruth collection. But remember, all the sets are only $8. So go to Floral Designs and then you'll find the Orchids for Ruth collection, and I believe off the top of my head there are five sets in there for different size hoops. Anyway, this is the grand finale design, and you will be able to, it's not up yet, but I created this week and this week and stitched this out yesterday with these color schemes, and you can see how I've blended in this lily type flower here, and the colors aren't as great as I'd like them to be. They're not showing that marvelously, perhaps because the light isn't on my hoop, but anyway, you've got this design. And every week I created each set like this, and then I took the elements out. Now when Jacobean Sampler gets released, the square blocks will be available to buy too. They are 8 by 8. I know everybody has has a facility for an 8-inch wide hoop on their machines, and I'm sorry about that. But when I go up that extra 2 inches to 8-inch wide, it gives me the ability to create so much more detail in the designs. So after this, I shall put these up in the usual place where all the other freebies were, and in the zip file you'll have this whole block, and then I've taken out 6 segments. This bit here, over here, the logs, or whatever you want to call it, that bit there, and the stag himself. And I'm also hoping to do a blog very soon on my stitch out. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. I put all the stags together, and I thought, well, I can't just put them on the page, I've got to do something with them. So I looked for a landscape in my designs that I could use for the stags. So you can find out more about that when I write the blog, which will probably be later on today, or perhaps tomorrow. So the grand finale designs will be in the same place as all your other daily freebies, and I thought it would be nice just to finish the event, show my gratitude. I love to share my embroidery with you all, and I love to see your enthusiasm and your excitement about them all. And obviously all these designs will go up for sale on the website probably in early November. But that is your grand finale designs. There's 7 designs. Oh, you found the search. Good, I'm glad you found them, CJ. I'm sorry, I can't remember your first name. I'm usually quite good with everybody's emails or names and everything, and can remember them, but for the minute I can't remember of your first name. So the grand finale designs will be available later on. They're all there, all 7 designs zipped in, and you can have a play. I'm just going to take a glass of water. After the in November, early November, or perhaps right at the end of October, I'm going to announce a competition. I think it would be really nice, and a few people responded when I mentioned this in my last live stream. I think it would be nice to have a competition for you to create a sampler to hang on the wall using the designs from the Jacobean sampler. All the details will be in the PDF which I create with the rules and the terms and everything of the competition. And I'll give you lots of time, probably to the end of the year or sometime in January. I think that would be a lovely way to encourage you to use the designs. Now, I've got one question for you. Each week I've chosen a different colour scheme for the Jacobean sampler, and I'd be very interested to see which one everybody likes the most. Some of them have been quite brightly coloured. I'm just going to put my glass down so I don't knock it over. This one here, which I was showing you today, I have to confess is one of my favourites. And apologies to everybody in the UK. I know you're going to email me, and when you look at the colours, you're going to say, Hazel, you've used all these sulky rayon threads that begin with a 1 and 8, and they're not available in the UK, and I'm very sorry. But I do love them. They are just gorgeous colours. and there are quite a few of them in this set of designs. But it would be nice if you let me know which you want. I'm wondering whether to make each set in the Jacobean sampler collection a different colourway, or to whether to convert everything over to one colourway. So that's what I'm really asking you. So that's the Jacobean collection, which will be developed not straight away. When I'm sort of back from my little rest, I would like to get my Christmas tree out. Why would sulky threads not be available? Rob asks me. The particular, I'm not quite sure what the situation is in the Netherlands. Here in the UK, there are some sulky rayon colours are made either in America, in the USA, or they're made in Germany under the name Gutermann. And Gutermann don't do the 1/8 sort of range. They're more recent colours. I'm not able to buy them. I actually buy them in America and pay the tax to have them, to import them, which works out a little bit expensive, but I feel it's worth it because I just adore the colours. So there are sulky threads which are not available in Europe. You've got to buy them in America. Even a commercial company that I buy from in the UK that does these really big spools like this, and this is called Gunold. They don't do the 1/8. They don't do all the numbers, and when you compare the charts, some of the numbers are a little bit different, so it gets ever so complicated. But I don't know why the Gutermann range of sulky red thread, which is made, I think, in Germany, doesn't produce all these lovely colours, because some of them are the most subtle and gorgeous colours there could possibly be, which is why they're in those grand finale designs, and I apologise. Which brings me to, oh, well, you could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think sulky's made in Germany. I should have to look that up, because when I go on the sulky site, it's in German and English, so that's what made me think. And it sounds German, but I could be horribly wrong. Now, I'm going to make a little video about spools and threads, because this is a sulky rayon colour. This is 1801, which I think is either shrimp or flesh. You can see it's a lovely pale colour, and these stickers come off. And the other stupid thing is that the numbers, this one isn't like it, but the numbers, whoops, remember where the camera is on my phone. Sometimes the numbers are right where the hole is. So these fall off. And you all sent me lots of ideas, because I was getting really cross. When I paid to import these from America, I get rather cross that the labels fall off, because the German or Japanese, or the ones we buy in Europe, are on different size spools. They're like this, and as you can see, they have sometimes have the numbers on the side of them, which makes it a lot easier. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for all the suggestions, and in the end, inside, and so that the label would stay, because once these labels come off, there's not much to hold them in place. But I opted in the end for a Sharpie pen and wrote very carefully the number. And because it's quite hard to write on this tiny little room, I've put it on twice, and each time you write the numbers, they come slightly different. So that's how I get around the spools losing their names or their numbers, which is very, very annoying. But I'm going to make a video about that. Because I actually looked on YouTube and nobody has made a video on their spools, so that's what I'm going to do. Right, there's lots more happening at the end of the year. Well, you know, I can't believe here we are in October with Christmas is everywhere in the shops here, as I'm sure it is in many countries. But I've got lots of things planned, lots of new collections to release. I tend to have collections that some are worked on for quite a few years, off and on, when I feel the inclination. Others happen in a few days. Sorry, I'm just reading what Brenda's saying. Yeah, I agree with you, Brenda. We all like different colours. We all have preferences. And I tend to like the lovely muted, subtle colours, and I never use primary colours hardly at all. I suppose the primary colour I use the most is red, because I use that at Christmas time. But you'd probably laugh if I told you that I've been doing machine embroidery for 16 years, and I still have my original spool of bright white. Sorry about that, we had a little blip on the internet. Could everybody just tell me that they can see me? It says that it's live. I can't believe I've been talking for 26 minutes. I do apologise for that. I presume you just got a blank screen, but if somebody could just say, hi, yes, you're there, Hazel, that would be great. So that's what's happening in the near future. Hi, Peggy says, yeah, sorry about that. Even with the okay now. I froze for a moment. Oh, well, that's that's good to know, that it wasn't lost and the screen didn't go black. Well, I think that's about... Hi, Kathy from Colorado. And it's live even in South Africa, it says Elzaby. Yeah, that's wonderful. Hello, Nina. I've lost you. Susan says she can see me. I hope Nina manages to get back on again. This is so great to see you in person. Wouldn't it be wonderful if I could see all of you? And I'm sure that will happen at some point or other in technology. Who would have believed 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, when we didn't probably have mobile phones and whatever. There's Suzanne saying hi in Pennsylvania. Hi to your party. Well, the main thing is that you're here, Susanna, and that is wonderful. And you'll be able to watch this when it's finished. It'll be up there for you on YouTube. My wittering on about my embroidery. I could talk for hours, as you can imagine. And you probably guessed that anyway. Now, I think I've covered everything. I should go and have a nice drink and then sit down, and I'll upload today's 7 new designs for you. I'm just going to show everybody. These are little samples of the orchids that I've got stitched on my front, in the 2 sides. Whoops, up here. They've been stitched on tulle and then just trimmed around. But this is something I'm going to develop more so, and I'd love to do something with my Winter Jewels collection as well. So those are my orchids, and I shall blog and do a lot more about using these as appliques and doing embroidery on t-shirts. I was looking at this just before I put it on, before I went live, and I thought, well, actually, even though I may not want the orchids to be part of the top, it would be lovely if I just embroidered actually onto the top some of the stems. And if you remember, the Orchids of Veruth collection has silhouettes of orchids, so if they were actually stitched onto the top, and then I had these sort of stitched together, so they could go on as with a little bit of Velcro is an idea. Anyway, I'm sure somebody will have done some. I haven't done much embroidery on t-shirts. You'll have noticed in some of my other live stream, I'm wearing the same colour top, but it's got Natalie's wedding day embroidery on it, and it's quite subtle, but nobody's actually commented. But anyway, it's not easy to embroider on t-shirts, and obviously I think the idea of having it as an applique, or sort of a neckline that you can add to it, is perhaps an idea. So do watch out for what's happening at Graceful Embroidery in the future. No, they don't. When you're stitching out, no, I don't think that is a problem. I mean, sometimes if you've got obviously this isn't the case with commercial machines, but if you've got a home embroidery machine, you can control your embroidery with your foot pedal. And when you're doing a plique and you're attaching something and a plique to create dimensional embroidery, it's nice to have both hands free and have your foot to control the speed. Oh, you did, Brenda. That's lovely. She recognised it was Natalie's wedding day. Natalie is my daughter, and those designs were actually created to go on the bridesmaids' dresses for her sisters, and their bridesmaids' dresses were this sort of colour, so it was silk. Of course, it would be silk. You know me and silk. I've got completely lost as to where I am. Anyway, blogs coming, lots more information. Now I've got this sorted out how to do the filming and everything. There'll be more instructional videos, embroidered cards for Christmas. I need to do a tutorial on my angels. Marie asked me before we went live. She was in the forum. She asked me what the backs of the angels looked like. And here is the back of this particular angel, and they're not very flattering because you can see the ridgeline here, which holds the body up. But as I explained to her, I do have another angel in production. It's not finished. I have a couple. One's an angel and one's something completely different. In fact, it's a male, and you usually dresses in red. I am trying to do a Father Christmas, I admit it. And I would like to do a cloak or something with a hood in the next angel fairy or whatever comes out, so that it can be put on the back here and it can hang down over the back to tidy it up. I mean, these usually go on the top of the tree or they sit on the mantelpiece or used for decoration, so the backs are not terribly obvious, but I'm aware that that is a problem, so that hopefully is coming. And I just suddenly saw this little angel sitting on the side and I thought, well, I must show Marie because she did ask me about this. So I've got Father Christmas coming, and I've got another angel, and what else is in... well, obviously there's the Renaissance fuchsias and the romantic crazy quilted Christmas tree, which I've started work on. It's almost done. I've just got to work out how much decoration to put on it and which stitch to use for joining the little segments together. And again, I apologise for that one. It's going to be a big tree. I forget how big it is. And of course I create the tree and then I work out what hoops, and I think I've just about squeezed everything into a 5x7 hoop. I know what I was talking to you about. I was telling you about foot control. When you're doing dimensional embroidery and you want to have control and you want to have both hands by the needle, then use your foot control, because then you can slow it down and you can literally do a stitch at a time, which is why I am very excited about the new Husqvarna Epic, which is being released very soon. It was the dealers convention this year, and this is a marvellous machine. I mean, I love my Epic, I really do, but the Epic 2 has a programmable foot. Would you believe it's got, like a mouse, it's got 4 or 5 settings, so that you can do much more with your foot, which is interesting because a few years ago when I went to Husqvarna trainings, they were trying to tell us not to use the foot and to do all our sewing using the buttons, but you want your hands free. And when you're holding tiny little bits, and you could, if you're stitching one stitch at a time and you're putting the centres into these orchids, it's nice to be able to control your embroidery and not have it whiz away without you. So use your foot for your embroidery, for when you're doing sensitive and delicate work. Right, I'm just looking at my list down here on my tripod, just making sure I've covered everything. I'm going to stop talking just for a minute and say, has anybody got any questions? You can see me in the US. That's wonderful. It's just, you know, so incredible that you can all be visiting here with me today in my embroidery studio. and also, you know, it's recording. It's there for you to watch at any time in the future. So I'm not going to switch off quite yet. If you've got any questions, ask me questions or say hi. And I will be in the group forum chat room for an hour or so. If there's anything you want to ask me. And one thing which will be coming soon, and I don't know how long it'll be, I'm working on something quite big, but I don't anticipate it happening now until 2020. But I've got lots of things in development. I think that's fair to say. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much, Brenda. Well, I started in a small way, and I would honestly say to you that I am still learning. Hi, Dale in Texas. Lovely to see you. Now this is great. It's all coming up. It doesn't stay on here very long, but somebody's saying hi. Quilt 98 saying hi from Florida. And I will try and do this more often. And I'm hoping I can swing the phone round. It would be really nice so that you can see things and everything. But anyway, I think it's time I went now. My poor husband's in the other room, been told to be quiet, so I ought to go and make him a cup of tea and say hi. My voice is going because I'm talking too much, and I'm sure that you all want to go and download those designs, which the grand finale designs. So thank you very much. If nobody else has got any questions, I just want to say thank you so much for being prepared to stitch out my designs, and I really appreciate it. And it's wonderful to make friends all around the world. There's Suzanne there and Judy, and I try. I'm usually quite good. I know a lot of people's names and I can recognise their email. A few years ago, I did actually teach and attended a couple of American embroidery conferences, but that worked out very expensive to do, and they were only prepared to offer me one or two classes, so it wasn't possible to fly out just for that. So this is a wonderful way for you to come and visit me, and we can share things. And nice to see Nina there's just said hi. Nina, and it's just lovely to have all these friends. I just wish I could see you, but I'm sure that one day I will be able to talk to you all and see you too. Thank you for loving my designs and inspiring me too. Oh, Peg, you've got me there. Peg says, do you come to the Houston Quilt Show? Well, it's on my bucket list is what I would say. I would love to go. I really would. But it's not so easy to just jump on a plane now, and it's expensive. But I would certainly not quite used to live chat. Well, no, I'm not either. But it is a bit frightening. But you all make me confident, and you put up with my disastrous efforts in the past. So I do appreciate your patience. Well, you have my oh, Peg. The trouble is, I've only got to say to my husband, I need to go to America for something, and he'd say, right, yes, let's go. Thank you very much. I always look at the pictures of the Houston Quilt Show. I first heard about it when I visited Texas. Not that it was on, but I went to visit somebody who was into quilting, and she told me about it. It sounds absolutely amazing. We do have a quilt show here in England. And I did attend that a few years ago, and it was a wow day. It really was. And I kept thinking I really ought to be making a quilt and embroidering, and yeah, I think I need to go. Thank you all so very, very much. Do leave comments, especially in the group forum, because hopefully other people will go in and see what's happened, and hopefully we can do some more tutorials and use this wonderful technology. Not only oh dear Peg, don't start me. Anyway, thank you all. Thank you for being here, and until next time, don't forget, turn on your embroidery machine and create something beautiful. And remember, often the things that we feel that we can't do, with a little bit of practice, we can surprise ourselves and achieve it. I thought I'd never be able to learn to digitise or create, get the hang of my embroidery hoops and everything. But it's just a matter of practicing and persevering. Thank you, everybody. And I'll say bye now and go and have a good drink. Thank you. Take care.